The city is sinking and the water is rising. Nearly 10 inches of rainfall poured onto New York City in late September 2023, flooding basements, subways, sidewalks, and streets in a mix of rainwater and toxic sewage. A disaster event New York City Department of Environmental Protection Commissioner Rohit Agrawala says will be a new normal if the city's infrastructure doesn't catch up with the dangerous weather patterns stemming from climate change.
For the last 10 years since Hurricane Sandy, we've done so much on resilience, and that is going to be the work of generations. We're never going to be done with investing in resilience, because until the climate stabilizes, which realistically none of us is going to live long enough to see, we are constantly going to be investing in and planning for the changes we need to make to prepare the city.
Time is of the essence for Agrawala and other New York City officials. The city is sinking at 1.6 millimeters a year, and sea levels are rising nearly 4 millimeters yearly. If the city doesn't act fast with flood prevention projects, the Big Apple could turn into the next Atlantis. To help keep the city afloat, the Department of Environmental Protection and Department of Design and Construction invested $3 billion taxpayer dollars toward over 100 flood prevention projects. These projects are occurring in coastal neighborhoods prone to serious flooding. Following the September flood, a group of foremen worked tirelessly at the intersection of Washington and Perry Streets in the West Village, an area labeled as a potential flood zone due to its proximity to the Hudson River. The city hired the crew to install catch basins and pedestrian ramps to help mitigate street flooding. Jaden Arias, one of the foremen hired for the project, says it's been difficult and time-consuming digging under the city.
You know, it's not just a 1, 2, 3 kind of project. It's not like, oh, we could finish this in a week. You know what I mean? With ideal conditions, you can put 4 or 5 of these in a day if you really want to. You know what I mean? But again, in cases like this where we have to get stuff out of the way, the city is, especially in Manhattan specifically, all the utilities, electric, gas, water, everything is in the way, everything is mixed in. We can't just break up how we normally would an asphalt road or anything like that. We gotta one by one individually take out each cobblestone and then set them aside, because they're gonna be used again once the road restoration part comes.
Historic gravel wasn't the only obstacle the foremen dug into during their construction.
What's gonna be going here in this trench is Con Edison work, right? So either it's electric or gas, stuff like that. And all we have to do is just make the space for them to move their pipes that they have in our way, so that way they can come and get it out of the way and we can do our part.
Pipes and wires owned by private companies and wooden sewers that are centuries old are only a handful of problems delaying the West Village Catch Basin project. Construction delays are common for most flood projects happening across the city, like in Brooklyn's Red Hook neighborhood, an area that has some of the worst flooding in the city. After Hurricane Sandy devastated Red Hook sewers in 2013, the city spent a decade repairing Red Hook's waterways. The projects faced significant delays due to pipes that had to be gutted out from underground. Leaders at the Red Hook Initiative are advocating for faster construction. Red Hook Initiative Community Manager Tavina Willis says residents are sick and tired of all the construction.
The construction causes an inconvenience to the people in the neighborhood. It is an eyesore going through that construction process, and it can take a toll on people mentally.
Although flood prevention projects have been underway for a decade, Tavina said most of her neighbors still deal with terrible flooding.
Billions of dollars have been put into resilience work, and we're not really seeing where it's happened at.
What does the future look like for a city unable to catch up with the changing climate?
I feel like the future of New York City right now, if we don't really organize on behalf of the people who are the most in need, the city is gonna look like a flooded rich place. There's gonna be a bunch of people here who have the money and can afford to live here, but they're gonna be living like on a moat.
The workers in the West Village are expected to finish up their catch basin project sometime in January 2024. However, New York City's fight for flood prevention and investment in resilience will go on for eternity.